I delivered her at Clark Memorial, and after she was born, they decided that she wasn't responding properly, and she wasn't taking her feedings very well, and there were just some like physical things about her that they thought needed to be looked into, so they transferred her over to Kosare Hospital. It wasn't until I had to obtain a letter for the insurance company that I found out that they considered her to be in a chronic vegetative state. I didn't even know I had any options when I left Kosare's. It wasn't until I took Kinley to the pediatrician's office where she pretty much told me, you have two options. You can care for her at home, and if you do decide to, get your army together, because it's going to take a lot of people to care for Kinley. Or she said I had the option to come take a tour at the Home of the Innocents. When I first brought her here, I was still kind of bitter and not very nice. I'm her mom, I should be able to take care of her. But then once I've started getting to know the nurses and knowing that they knew more than I did when it came to this stuff, I've kind of felt like I could let go a little bit. I kind of felt like the nursing staff took care of Kinley, but they also took care of us. She lived for 13 months. She spent half of her life at home with us, and she spent half of her life here with her second family.
I guess the evolution of my involvement at the home did start when I came on a tour with some coworkers at Humana. We came just to kind of see how our team could get involved. During that tour was when I learned about the Pediatric Convalescent Center. So I always kind of had it in the back of my mind that if Michaela ever got to that point where she would need someone else to care for her, that opportunity is in our community. She was just getting too big, and I couldn't give her baths at home. I couldn't get her into and out of the bathtub without either, my back hurting or almost dropping her, or one time she had a seizure in the bathtub and I couldn't get her out. I had to just let the water out because I couldn't get her out of the bathtub. So that's really what kind of really sparked me knowing that I needed to find additional care for her. One November, I brought her in for respite care, and she was still being treated from a back surgery, so her teacher was coming in to do home hospital, and she would send me pictures every day that she would come in, and Michaela just had the biggest smile on her face, and she sent a video, and she was just belly laughing and everything, and I knew that she was okay here, and that she was happy here, and that if I did make that decision, because I knew it was coming up, that I knew that she would be okay. The care that she's getting here is fantastic. I come and visit 2 to 3 times a week, and I just know she's happy. Access for a parent is awesome. You can come 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Everybody knows me, and everybody's, says hi and hey, and it's kind of like an extended family in a way.
I went through Aftercare program when I was 20 years old. I was homeless at the time with a 1-year-old. I was just looking to get any help that I could. One of the things I liked most about the program was just the whole atmosphere. All of the workers were so engaged. Anything that I would need, they were willing to help. They gave me great lessons on life skills and how to manage my own apartment to take care of it and everything, stuff like that. I do parent differently since I was in the program. I've learned not to yell at my kid. Also, not to make idle threats. If I say I'm gonna do something, then I have to stick with it. And then also to reward her if she's doing good, not just speak on if she's doing bad. Working for the Home of Innocents after going through the program has been great. We get to see all of the people that we get to help in worse situations than I was in. So it's just really good to be able to be a part of that.
Sometimes you don't have control over things in life, and you have to have a place to be able to go. And the Home of the Innocents gave me and my family a place to go when we were desperate.
It's just a blessing to our community for so many families. It's really a safe place for all kids, and it's just a blessing that we have something like this in our community.
We had a second child, and before we had Camden, we told ourselves we had three things. We knew that our faith was stronger, and we knew that we had family support, but we also knew that we had the home of the innocents. And the home of the innocents was in the top three. And that's how we decided to try to have another child.